Riders. We're a pretty new nonprofit organization, and we're doing something that's been missing from our region for the last decade. We advocate for better, faster, and more reliable transit. Metro Vancouver has 1 million transit riders, and we all know how crucial transit is, and we know that it could be a lot better. We've been working with the AMS to get over 15,000 signatures on the petition for SkyTrain to UBC. So there are lots of numbers and statistics, you heard some earlier today, that support why SkyTrain to UBC should be the province's next major project. UBC is the third largest job center in the province. A staggering 61,000 people commute to UBC, and over half of those 61,000 come from outside the city of Vancouver. They're coming from Richmond, North Van, Burnaby, Coquitlam, Surrey, and beyond. In 2023, the UBC bus exchange saw more average weekday boardings than all but 2 SkyTrain stations. The top 4 busiest bus lines in Metro Vancouver go to UBC. There are 500,000 pass-ups on the Broadway UBC corridor every year. This project isn't just for students or Vancouverites. It's for workers, for all transit riders, and for everyone who wants a livable climate and a more affordable cost of living. Transportation is the second largest cost to families. Cars cost over $10,000 a year on average. And by making transit better, we make it a viable option for people to live without the burden of an expensive private vehicle. Transit opens up opportunity, and it is an extremely worthy investment. You don't need a UBC math degree to understand that the numbers clearly support a SkyTrain to UBC. But by the way, I do have a math degree from UBC. In my first year of university, I lived in the furthest reaches of Burnaby, and it took between an hour and a half to 2 hours in each direction to transit here. I would walk up a steep hill, hop on the 101, and take the SkyTrain to either Commercial or BC Clark, depending on the timing of the 84th. I was often late for class, but I can take partial responsibility for that and not blame it entirely on transit. The trip to school involved trying to get more sleep or frantically finishing up my chemistry labs between transfers. And on the way home, I would hopefully have a commuter friend from Columbia join me and then pray that the timing of my local bus was in my favor. If it wasn't, then I would call up my parents to beg for a ride home from the SkyTrain. Having the option to commute by transit and live with my parents saved me so much money in my first year of university. But it also sucked up 3 to 4 hours of my time every day, and it was exhausting. In my second year, I took out student loans and moved to campus to live in a questionable basement suite. Moving to that place saved me countless hours, but I am still paying back that student loan a decade later. Today, many of you face similar commutes and even worse housing conditions. And there has been no significant change to the timing of that commute. It still takes us just as long to transit to UBC as it did 10 years ago. The Arbutus extension will help a bit, but it still forces you to make a transfer, and for some UBC commuters, it will add an extra transfer and might not even save money. There is so much going on in our daily lives. Studying for exams, taking transit, paying rent. It's easy to forget just how much political decisions shape our lives. The government decides how much to subsidize your education, what type of housing can go where, and which transit improvements deserve funding. This week also happens to be Movement's first ever Go by Transit Week, where we've been hosting ride-alongs to take politicians from all levels of government on transit so that they better understand our issues. Please tag your politicians on social media to let them know how much you love the SkyTrain. I hope that you, as a transit rider, recognize the power we have. There are 1 million of us, and when we show up to the polls, when we write to and meet with our electeds, when we combine our voices as a movement and go to rallies like this one, we can make a real difference and get the better transit we deserve. So a huge round of applause, huge thank you to all of you who showed up today. Give yourselves a round of applause.